wassalam for announcement. This is for I want to take us to a very important part of our life. It is based on Hadith al-Qudsi narrated by Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu. أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الله تعالى. So that is Hadith al-Qudsi. Abu Hurairah Abdul Rahman ibn Sakhr al-Dawsi narrates that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that Allah the Almighty, Allah the Most High says, Man aada li waliyan faqad adhantuhu bil harb. That whosoever shows hostility to my righteous worshipper, to my righteous slave, I, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wages war against him. We don't know who is the wali of Allah. Wali of Allah is not Imam Shafi sitting at home, making adhkar, not praying. You understand that I sit in a room, people are coming for barakah from me, touching, I give them my hand, they kiss my shoe. How do you know? How did you conclude that that person is the wali of Allah? Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah na'ataqidu aqidatuna here. We believe that yes, there are awliya, not only wali, there are awliya. Who are these awliya? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned them in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ala inna awliya Allahi la khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun alladhina amanu wa kanu yattaqun. That know and be informed that there is no fear and there is no sadness on the awliya of Allah, friends of Allah. La khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun. Allah said that those awliya is alladhina amanu, they have real faith. They have correct faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa kanu yattaqun, and they also fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by doing what is right, by following the commandments of Allah, and by avoiding what is wrong. Wali says that I don't pray. So-called awliya, he says I don't need to pray. You ask him why. He sits in front of his door. You ask him, let us go to pray. He says, no. I worshipped Allah and I have reached al-yaqeen. And he's quoting ayah في Surah Al-Hijr. The last ayah of Surah Al-Hijr, it reads like this: وَعَبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ. He say, my iman have reached yaqeen. Now I don't even need to pray. That is not a wali. That is fake. They have hikayat. He tells you this morning. I was in Makkah. A few minutes ago. I went and I came back. He says he was in Makkah. He is somewhere in Kenya, somewhere in Bangladesh, sitting like this. He said, a few minutes ago I was in Makkah. Yaqeen. I went to shake hands with Rasul and I came back. I even saw Abu Bakr walking in Medina. Hey, this man went to Barzakh. He didn't go to Medina. He went to meet with Amwat. So, awliya, wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be amongst us here. A righteous slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. نحن نوقر ونحترم العلماء. We respect our ulama. They have their makana. Like in brothers, many people have sold themselves to be awliya. And they sit like this. To see him, you have to throw some money. You have to throw some money. And he has to make, I don't know what. Did you see, it's trending on YouTube. People meet, thousands of people met in a place. It's trending, I'm very sure that you saw it. Somebody had a subha, and it's like, did you see that? You saw it there? And people are touching, so just by saying, that is wali of Allah. So now something is entering into people and these are fake Muslims who are not following Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was not my topic. Any one of us, if you believe in Allah and you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala correctly, wallahi you can be qualified to be wali min awliya'i Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not even what I was targeting to today. Now, hadith continues. وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدِي بِشَيْءٍ أَحَبَّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا افْتَرَضْتُ عَلَيْهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says through the Prophet that my slave, my servants do not come closer to me with acts of ibadah which I, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has made a fard. You understand that? He said that if you do that, then you are doing what He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, loves. You do not come closer to Him with what He loves most than doing what He has made fard. So where do you start? Ramadan is coming to an end. Somebody say, what am I going to do after Ramadan? We say, start from mimma aftaradallahu alayk. Can you maintain your salawatul khams like you do it in Ramadan? Can you maintain az-zakah? Can you maintain hajj? Can you maintain birrul walidain? All furud and wajibat, right? Number 2, وَمَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيَّ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبُّ. That is the heart of my talk. And my slave will continue drawing and coming closer to me with the sunnah, with the nawafil. You know sunnah? My slave will continue practicing sunnah and nawafil with intention of coming closer to me until I, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will love him. What did you understand with the second part of sunnah? That performing sunnah and practicing sunnah leads to love of? Now, what is sunnah? As-sunnah lughatan wa istilahan. We have ta'arif. At-ta'arif ta'arifan. We have the definition, linguistic, lexical definition, and we have the second one is what? Shar'an. Lani, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has legislated. What does it mean? Yani Islamic, what is meant by as-sunnah. So then you say as-sunnah is at-tariq, awil tariqa, awil minhaj, al-muttaba'a. It is the way that people follow. Like if you want to go to Ahlul Sunnah and Ahlul Hadith, they say sunnah means aqwalul nabi. What the Prophet ﷺ has said, wa afa'aluhu, what he did, wa taqriratuhu, and what he approved, what happened and he approved in words or he was silent about it, and then there is what is called wasifatu. So then other scholars make it clear to say that anwa'u sunan is qawliya, al-fi'liya, al-taqririyya, wal-wasfiyya. Easy, right? Simple, right? Wasfiyya means description of the Prophet ﷺ, description of his morals and behaviors and ethics and etiquettes, and also description of himself, of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him and how he behaved. Here is my reminder, then I sit down. Many Muslims have neglected the sunnah. And many Muslims have taken sunnah for granted, and they say sunnah is just a small thing. Many Muslims are doing that. For example, بعد الصلاة العشاء أو صلاة المغرب. Compare in any masjid, use your eyes. How many people remain to perform, for example, 2 rakah, and how many people are walking out? They don't go home. They drink shai. They stand outside the masjid. They walk, which is good. Sorry. They walk around the masjid. Exercise is good. But this person could not remember to perform 2 rak'ah. Now, he has an excuse, because if he left the masjid and rushed home to perform sunnah, then he has even gotten sunnah in a better way. Because Rasulullah said the best of salah is as-salah that is performed it at home, illa al-maktuba, except fardu salah that should be performed where? And Rasulullah said, La taj'alu buyutakum qubura. Do not convert your houses to cemeteries by not performing salawat in it, by not reciting Quran in it, or mayna dhalik. This is sunnah. So many Muslims are ignoring sunnah. You will find that, another example, a Muslim is fasting in the month of Ramadan. Wallahi, he will not fast any fasting in between here until another Ramadan. بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة. Maybe يوم عرفات, maybe. There's a bit of pressure at home. Are we fasting tomorrow? Wife is pushing you. I will say, no, we are fasting tomorrow. I'm not going to cook for you. Okay, sweetheart. As-salawatul khams. A person who is performing salawatul khams, mashallah, you will find that he's full, but he's struggling with sunnah. Qabliya and ba'diyya. 2 rak'ah before fajr, 4 rak'ah before dhuhr, He rather come and talk outside the masjid with a friend. Where are you, dude? Can we meet here to this? They have an appointment in the masjid. He will talk until iqamah. This is his life the whole year. He will never make effort to be in the masjid area to perform 4 rak'ah. 4 rak'ah as performed by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This tahajjud that we are performing in Qiyamul Layl. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. This is for those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen. Do you think how many people are waking up to perform Qiyamul Layl in their houses? فَلِذَلِكَ brothers, according to Usulul Fiqh, there is general definition of as-sunnah, and it goes as follows in books of fiqh. As-sunnah hiya ma yuthabu fa'iluha wa la yu'aqabu tarikuha. This is a general definition of sunnah after fard. The sunnah is such an act that it's recommended that you act upon, and when you act upon, you are rewarded. And if you do not act upon it, what is happening? You are not punished, right? But question is this: don't you know that there are levels of sunnah? Don't you know that there are levels of? So if you want to go too deep into sunnah, you will find that there is a sunnah which is wajibah. Sunnah which is? For example, if sunnah means what Rasul did and what Rasul said, when you eat, how do you eat? With which hand, right or left? If you eat with your left hand, are you committing a sin or not? I'm asking a question. You are all Muslim. I'm just... Sometimes when I'm wrong, correct me. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'm asking if you eat, لو أكلت بشمالك أتثاب على ذلك أو تعاقب? Have you committed a sin or not? Few people are answering. I'm gonna hit you hard with the hadith. Let me hit you, slap you with the hadith. As-sahabi ya'akulu ma'an nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. One sahabi is eating with the Prophet, and he is eating with his left what? With Rasul. This also sends a message that one of the best ways of teaching our children and families is eating together, doing many things together, because then you can see what is done right and what is done. Rasul told this sahabi, Ya fulan kul biyaminik. Rasul told him also and so, eat with your. Do you know what he said? Qala la astati. He told the Prophet that I can't. He continued chowing with his left one. Rasul reminded him again, kul biyaminik, eat with your right hand. He said, I can't. Then Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, walan tastati', and you will never be able to use that hand again. You know what happened? As Rasul said that, he said, and you will never be able to use it, his left hand was paralyzed. He could not raise it up again. Then Rasul turned towards Sahaba and told him, do you know why he said la astati'? Do you know why he refused to use his right hand? Not that he had a valid reason. Ma mana'ahu illa al-kibr. Allah is informing Rasul that no, he can use it, but he is rude. So Rasul said that the only thing that prevented him from eating his right hand is arrogance. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aqabahu. Allah punished him on earth. Allah punished him on earth. Yani his hand became paralyzed and he could not raise it again. I'm asking you again. If you use your left hand to eat, are you committing a sin or not? Yes. Jazakumullah khair for understanding. Lastly, sunnah is what Rasul did, right? Okay? And also what he said we should not do, right? If you come to the masjid and perform 3 rak'ah of Isha instead of 4, are you committing a sin or not? Yes. Why are you committing a sin? لو أتيت لو حضرت العشاء And then you perform how many rakat? 3 or 2 instead of 4. Have you committed a sin or not?
It's not the same. Yes.
No?
It's not the same.
It's not.
Yeah, because just 4.
No. Intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا. النسيان, this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to punish us for forgetting. Intentionally you say my Isha is going to be 3 rakah. And you performed 3 and then you went away. Somebody asked you, where were you? You said, I was in the masjid. What did you do? Hadartul Isha. MashaAllah, I performed my 3 rakah and left. In fact, do you even have Isha? Why? This is the history. We say, Isha is how many rakah? Man allamana anna al-Isha'a, who taught us that Isha is 4 rakah? Now? Is there any rakat in Quran? Min Surah Al-Fatiha ila Nas? No. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمت إلى الصلاة أو إذا أردتم أن تصلوا الظهر فصلوا 4 ركعات. Which ayah is that? Surah 2. So Rasul is given 50 prayers في ليلة المعراج, and is coming back, and Jibril alayhi salam is sent by Allah to come and teach him أوقات الصلاة كيفية أدائها وركعاتها وشروطها وأركانها وواجباتها وما تبطلها. Jibril came and told him, now Salatul Fajr is how many rakat? In fact, Jibril led him. Rasul is following Jibril. And then he went back and came again and came again. And it means that that is Sunnah of the Prophet. Where do you put that Sunnah? It is a Sunnah wajiba. Because Rasul said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni. Please, brothers, you perform fard, but on the day of Qiyamah, your fard will be brought in the scale. But if it's not enough, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to say, bring sunan. Bring. You need to follow Rasulullah and do not neglect sunnah of the Prophet. Without sunnah, you are not a Muslim. Like some people who say, I only follow Quran and I don't follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those are called fake Muslims and liars. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to follow Quran and sunnah ala fahmi sahaba. Barakallahu feekum subhanahu wa ta'ala.